handouts. Found a boogie going cash out. I was getting taxed down south, so I booked the flight, which it flew out. Low getting maxed out. Pray to God that I don't crash out.
Hello, world. Welcome back to another episode of After the Break with myself, J. Paul, from the window to the wall. You know what it is. Hey, man, I'm here with a special guest, man. I'm talking about the down south legend in the making. You know what I'm saying? Some may say he a living legend, but he too young for that right now. But those that know, hey, it's a real one right here, man. I'm talking about the founder and CEO of WDH Records, the founder of WDH TV, WDH Apparel, the co-host of the Block is Hot Media with the brother 911, none other than Juggernaut. What's happening with you, good brother?
What it do, baby? What it do? What's good, everybody?
Thank you for being with me today, man. Gracing with your presence, man. Long time no holler at, good brother. Hey, man.
Man, it's been a minute. It's been a few summers, as we
say. Man. Been a lot of summers, man. Hey, man, I'm glad to see you doing well, man. Been watching your movement from afar for a while, man. I'm so proud of you, too, man. I got to tell you, man. Salute to you, man, and all you're doing, man. So proud of you, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All the motion you got, man, you put on for the city, man, and you moved around. And, man, we're going to get right into it, man. So, Jug, WDH Records, man. Where did it all start?
WDH Records. Well, WDH, see, it's a story before the WDH.
Let's get into it.
Called Two Throws. Me, brother Jet, my brother Bud, and Lil Danks. And we was doing that. We did that at a high level. You know, we dropped the album in 2001. It did pretty good. It did fairly good on the regional level. And for whatever reason, that situation didn't pan out. And I went independent and did it myself. And launched Watch This Here Records in 2002. Dropped the first project in 2004, man, and the rest, as they would say, is history.
Now, Jug, be real now. Hold on now. Let's back up. You said 2 throws now. Hold on now. Now, I heard about y'all from afar. I had already left the side, man. But my boy Dez Walker, shout out to Dez, man. He told me about y'all boys, man. You know what I'm saying? And, man, listen. Y'all boys had some real live motion. So for you to say it ain't go where you wanted to go, is it because you was just being picky about who you affiliate yourself with, who you sit yourself on at the table with? What was it?
No, when I say it didn't go how it went, meaning we disbanded. But
the group itself.
Yeah. The record label, Think and Throw Entertainment, as a group, like one of the members got 60 years.
Oh,
you know, when members start to leave, ain't no 2 throw without everybody.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of why that situation didn't work out.
Yeah. But, man, y'all boys kept it going, though.
Listen, once I got the bug of this music and the industry, man, I was bit. Once I was bit, it was over, man. Ain't nothing like that stage. Ain't nothing like a good studio session, too. It ain't. I see, that's the glitz and the glamour, the part that come after the hard work. But, man, it ain't nothing like just, in the beginning, it was a beautiful thing, man. That was the best part of music. That's what I fell in love with, the ciphers, the sessions, the camaraderie, the brotherhood. That's the part I fell in love with. Like, to be honest with you, later on it became a job, because now it's a business. We learning the business, and we just having fun doing it.
But, man, y'all fun took y'all far. Because you talking about being on stage and in ciphers and all that, man, I saw you next to the greats, man. I'm talking about the hardest pit in the litter, man, which is one of my favorites out of H-Town. Rest in peace, man. Long live Podina, man. Big Pokey, man. So what was that experience like linking up with the legends, man?
Man, it was a beautiful thing, man, to be welcomed by them dudes. And I got 2 songs with Pokey. I got 3 songs with Kiki. I got work with Big Hawk. I work with Billy Cook. Man, to be welcomed with them dudes with open arms, man, like, that was a lifelong dream of mine, being for real. You know what we come up listening to, so I got to work my idols outside of Tupac. I didn't idolize nobody on the East Coast. I didn't idolize nobody really on the West like that. Tupac and Screwed Up Click was who I looked up to, man. I got to work with most of all of them dudes. And if I didn't work with them, we definitely was in the studio together just kicking it. Like my partner had a studio on the south side. It was the second coming to Screw House.
Yeah.
That was like a central location right before Hawk passed. Hawk was putting together this album called The Takeover, SUC Takeover.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you, it was a beautiful thing. It was the second coming to Screw House. It's the best way I could describe it. Oh wow, Slim Thug, 8 Ball, JG. Anybody would walk through the studio at any moment.
I gotta tell you, man, that overpaid.
Yeah.
Man. Boys hear y'all music, that's why they embrace you or what?
Definitely.
You damn right.
They sing the music, they sing the love we got at home. It was the whole package, man. See, that was the good part about my career. We wasn't faking.
Right.
Like, we really was living it. So it made it that much more easier for the doors to fly open. We don't the pains. We got the elbows, jewelry, money, whatever people thought was fly at the time, Two Throw had it. I met Pokey. We booked Pokey for a show.
Mm-hmm. So
that lets you know the money. We paying them to do the show. So we got the money. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I did it. I booked Pokey for a show. Our motto was this, man. Because in Louisiana, we didn't have very many resources.
Right.
So for us to get on that stage, we had to create the stage. So we booking the shows, booking the talent, opening up for them. Yeah, I wouldn't call it manipulating, but we manipulating the situation. We making it to us.
Well, you doing the business how it's supposed to go. You just doing good business. And you spoke up back home in Louisiana, and the outlets available. Shout out to Pratt the Cat. Rest in peace to him, man. I know the legend had to show y'all love like that.
Yeah, he showed us love. A lot of people don't know, man, Pratt was actual business partners for about a year and a half, 2-year period. Because you remember you was there. They had raided the club.
Yeah.
They had lost his license. He couldn't book anything at that moment. So I had a partner from Monroe. He had the plug on any talent you wanted. We could have got Jay-Z and Fool's Gold if we, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that point, Pratt had to go through me to book the talent. When we brought the Young Bloods, Juvenile, 8 Ball MJG, Mystical, when we started bringing the Yin Yang Twin, it was a period in time when 106 Park was cracking it. It was a period of time when everybody from 106 was coming through the 8. That's when me and Pratt was business partners. On the low, and people didn't even know. Everything stayed the same. Him and my partner Bobby Collier from Lafayette. It was all together going in for a bunch of shows for about a year and a half period.
And man, that's beautiful for the city, man. And not only that, but for you to do business on that level, to book that type of talent, that ain't easy. And not only that, but it's a lot of real ones out there. And they ain't coming for no anybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a testament to your character and to your business savvy, man. And so much respect and salute to you on that, man. WDH Records is a real live movement, man. I'm talking about not WDH Records only, but man, you got the WDH apparel as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, watch this here. I see it right there, man. I like them colorways. You got the new color line out, too.
Yes, sir. Any color earth we can make it. Actually, I got 2 clothing brands. I got I got my WDH brand, and I also got a brand called Square Business. And I'm staying active, man. Like, I couldn't play in the streets forever. So you had to create streams of income. We started the Square Business. The WDH clothing was started in 2009. It was a T-shirt line to go alongside with my label. At the time, Wiz Khalifa and Tech Nine and a bunch of other guys, YMCMB, they ushered in the merch and hip hop. So that was a trend for a time, man. It was a time when we were selling more merch than CDs. I'll pull up to the show with 1,000 CDs and 200 shirts and leave with no shirts, and I might have sold 100 CDs. Because at this time, the fan wanted to be attached to the brand.
Right.
It felt good for them to be able to go to the house, wherever they went to, and say, man, I met such and such tonight. Look, I brought a piece of him home with me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the WDH T-shirt line started. Then the Square Business, we started that over the pandemic. Just me and my partner brainstorming and just trying to figure it out. We was investing in Exotic Pop, Louisiana division. We had started, and Boom, we did that. So we came up with the merch for the Exotic Pop. In a relationship with them sour, they ended up trying to sell. They was trying to sell some sodas in New Orleans, but to go around us, we was the technical Louisiana distributor. So
Right.
anyone in the state got to go through us. They went behind our back and sold a few cases to a dude and messed up big business. Because at that point, we can't trust you. So we squashed the Exotic Pop Louisiana thing of us being over it anyway. And we refocused it and started the Square Business apparel. Go to squarebusiness.com. Business is spelled BIDNESS, squarebusiness.com. And go order your hat, t-shirt, work suit, whatever you want. It's a little bit more of an extensive line than the WDH. We more of a streetwear.
Okay.
Fashion brand. Square Businesses, we make all kinds of stuff on there. Women's clothing, kids' clothing, men's clothing, hats. So, yeah. But that's it, man. Stay busy, intuitive, and ambitious, trying to get to some money. That's how these businesses come about.
Absolutely, man. And speaking of pivoting like that, man, I'm talking about, man, you done pivoted your way, man, and you ain't left the scene, ain't fell off at all, man. You got WDH TV. Man, I'm talking about, man, man, you're popping up clouds of smoke all over Houston, man. You're doing all kind of shit, man. Hey, man, you're speaking truth and bringing light to reality, man, because, man, I've been watching you on there, man. You've been calling some people out, man. Like, you really want all the smoke, Jug.
Nah,
man, tell you want all the smoke, Jug. Tell us about WDH TV, man, because this is my opinion of it, right?
What's that?
Me personally, being a real one,
all right,
it's necessary. Because even though this entertainment, it seemed like the morale and integrity of humanity, you know what I'm saying, morals can be bought nowadays.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Sparked a little controversy about Sauce Walker and what he said about starting fashion trends in H-Time, which I know, is legends before him, me, you, all of us that existed that we actually followed.
Hello.
Being fly has always been a thing. Sachi, Gucci, all that stuff, man. Ferragamo, Giuseppe, Ballys. We've been doing that since the 80s. You know what I'm saying? So, I know the youngsters popping this thing, you know what I'm saying? But, man, if we really need people like you online, man, speaking truth to the world, correcting these young people, because ain't nobody holding them accountable for what they saying. They reckless. They reckless, they disrespectful, they forgetting their roots, you know what I'm saying? And it's like they ain't paying homage to the ones before them.
Yeah.
So, man, I really appreciate what you're doing over there at WDH TV, man. So tell the people all about it, man, and what's the push on that?
Man, WDH TV was just another brainchild of mine. I started a couple podcasters, Joe Budden, I watched Nori, I watched Gillian Wallow, just a couple of guys who I was watching. I'm like, I could do that. I feel like I have a good perspective. And a lot of times I ain't going to agree with the flock. Especially, right. Like I'm big on accountability. Everybody was on a free Young Thug campaign. Young Thug shouldn't have been a millionaire masquerading as a gangster.
Right.
There ain't nobody gonna hold these dudes accountable. Everybody just be quick to ride with or agree with whatever on the say because it's be about some money or something. And nah, that ain't it. You can't sell your people down the line for no money. You gotta stand for something. Everything is about the dollar.
Come on now.
Millions of dollars Martin Luther King could have made if he abandoned the movement. How rich he could have been, ain't no problem.
Speak on it.
Movement.
Fact.
Just give in. Because, it's for some money. And, he president now, so I might as well agree with it. No, that's not the facts. You can still stand on your moral ground. You see TikTok ain't selling. They trying to make them people sell their business. And if we going with some interest. Or we just not going to go. And that's what black folks should do. Well, we got to do more for each other. We got to stand on our square. It ain't giving in because it's some monetary gain or you're going to get some euphoric satisfaction from it. It ain't always about that. Sometimes you got to stand on your square, mean what you say and say what you mean. And it's really that simple.
But we had real OGs. And we had people that held us accountable and called us out just like you doing. So, man, who were some of the people that sowed that seed in you, that seed of realness in you, man? You know, I know a few people that did it to me, some people I knew personally, some people I didn't know personally. But it's guys that we saw back in the day in the 80s and 90s that came up, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Curl Talent. You know what I'm saying? Different guys we saw from the neighborhood, man, that just real solid guys that did stuff, but they didn't allow certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I didn't know the brother personally, but just watching how motion was, just certain stuff you just couldn't do.
Yeah.
You know, and even if, let's just say, for example, me in front of this mic, me knowing the guys that I saw, the DJs like Donna B, you know what I'm saying? A brother of integrity, you know what I'm saying? In my personal opinion, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain stuff I don't think I see him doing as a DJ that I see some DJs doing. Where that passion for realness start for you?
Man, the passion for realness, I just come up like that, bro, to be for real like that.
Mm-hmm.
Be forever. But me personally, I just grew up around a lot of, I always hung around, I don't even want to say grew up around. I always gravitated to older people.
Right.
You around some wisdom, you're going to learn something. And that's just what it is, bro. I always, unfortunately, I've been to prison. You know, when I was in prison, I hung with the OGs, man, because I'm really trying to get some game not to come back. I'm watching. Right. You sit back and you watch what's going on, and I'm like, that definitely ain't what I'm trying to be. I don't want to be that. I'm gonna be chill like this here. Mm-hmm. It was just the older gentleman I was always around, man. Just they gonna school you, bro. Old school gonna always give you some game, whether you ask for it or not. The real OG. And you're right. We had OGs. See, man, I say we so messed up, bro, because it's a generation that realistically forgot about the ones beneath them, and that is the run that's running rampant right now. Like if dudes from 35 to about 27, that little 7-year gap, that generation right there, they didn't do their OG role right, and that's why you see what's going on. The murder so high, because a lot of them dudes didn't have no structure in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I got some youngsters who was around me that generation, a little 5, 6, 7 years younger than me that come up under me who got to some money, righteous people. You know, I did my OG thing, but it was a certain generation that skipped it, and we see it now that they ain't.
The level of respect for the elders and the wisdom. You know, that's something that, in my personal opinion, can't be bought. But according to entertainment today, it can. Hey, man, I see how you built, but I'm built the same way. I'm always going to get some money. You know what I'm saying? It's too many ways to get it. And so, but for me to sell my morals off, it ain't going to happen. I'm sorry, it ain't going to happen. Yeah, but I do see the youngsters doing like Young Thug out there. You know, just like his generation and a lot of these younger guys, it seems like they do it in reverse. You know, they get the money, then go to the streets.
Yeah.
We got the money in the streets to leave the streets.
Hello.
You do everything in order to be better. You know, and that's why I like your platform, because you holding the young people accountable. You being a big homie to people, even if you don't know them. It reminds me of the elders when they used to see you in my neighborhood, or when they see us fucking up, they just gonna sit back and watch you. They're gonna watch you. But then after a while, right before you crash out, they're gonna call you, hey, come here, boy. And they're gonna give you some game.
Mr. Lavallee.
What's that?
Mr. Lavallee, he used to have a shop right there around the corner from y'all, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, then was the men that raised me. And so, you know, and here's the thing about them. I'm glad you mentioned that. Because, and don't get me wrong, listeners. Listeners, please don't get me wrong. I ain't saying go out and do wrong, but I was taught that if you're gonna do wrong, it's the right way to do it. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. They ain't being taught that. But once you get the money, why you need to do wrong?
Man, I don't know what that's all about with these dudes. These boys is infatuated with crashing out. And I'm gonna tell you another reason too, because now I don't know what it is now. Like these youngsters get some bread, and then the OGs started calling them big homies. Because you got the most money, don't make you the livest. That don't make you the realest, and that you definitely ain't the oldest. Like that's what the little issue I was saying with Sauce Walker. Like, bro, you got the bread, but that don't make everything you do perfect, and we can't rewrite
Right.
it. People try to, it's too much of that going on. People want to rewrite history. I was the first to do this, and I was the only one to do that. Bro, that's just not the facts. I'd be lying. It's like me getting on this platform and saying, man, I was the first one to have swingers in Alexandria. I was the first. I'd be lying. I had Duba Smooth come before me.
Shout out Duba Smooth. Shout out Fade.
Fade. I forgot about my boy Fade.
Shout out Fade. Yes, sir.
Sir, but so people want to rewrite history. Ain't nothing wrong with the history. I love the history. The history to get you to where you at. So I'm gonna include everything in my story. Man, I come from a fly place, and I was raised by I had some fly niggas to watch on my come up. I'm from the Houston side and from the Alexandria side. And we ran one of, you know what I'm saying? We was two hard H-Town in Alexandria.
Absolutely.
Houston.
You see the DEA movement?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
It was KK, there was a section of South Park where, man, you would think there's Alexandria.
Right. Right.
But yeah, we got natural flags planted in these streets, man. Girl Town, Wendell. Them three brothers played down some major game down here in these H-Town streets and made it easy to maneuver out here. That's another reason why SUC welcomed me with open arms, because we was already honorary SUC. My cousin, natural SUC affiliated like that, like white boy, Lil Man, Tall Town, Lil E.
Yes. Shout out Anthony Lott. Shout out M. Brown. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Shout out Lil June. For real. Rest in peace, Cliff. You know what I'm saying? For real though.
Well, them boys naturally screwed up, click affiliated. So when we came through and I'm telling them who my family is, man, it was just a natural something that was supposed to happen. If Screw would have lived longer, man, we would have been screwed up click for sure. Me and Jet would definitely be a 100% screwed up click if Screw was still alive.
Man, speaking to Jet, man, let's talk about Jet, man. That's your label mate, right? Or that's your artist?
That's my label mate. That's my brother. That's my artist. I manage him. Man, that's my dog, man.
And other business ventures, like this man just mentioned. This is a model businessman right here. We do business and get in business to do good business and to do bigger business so that we can stay in business. And man, I really admire what you're doing, man. And
when I was in the streets, my motto was to do good business, because I want to be the person that when I call, they don't look at, that's Jug, he ain't talking about.
Right.
I want you to know when that number come up, he talking, it's numbers associated. And if you my friend, you gonna pick up because that's my nigga there. But if we doing business, yeah. I want the plug to pick up when they see me call. I don't want to be, man, there he go. He don't want, but you know what I'm saying? It was always.
Bro, listen, man. WDH, to all the viewers and listeners right now, check them out on WDH TV. The real music. If you want some real music for some real guys who ain't flogging, but not glorifying the past, but let you know what it really is, giving you a good balance of life and what it is to come up, be better, look good, do good for your family, raise your family, man, do good business, extend your business mind.
Great business.
The Block is Hot Talk Media with your brother 911, man. All of that, man. You brothers, man, putting out some great content. You're dropping back to back to back to back. I'm seeing that, man. You're flooding us with great content, great dialogue as well. And also the wisdom you mentioned that was passed on from our OGs and elders, man. Tell us about that movement, man.
Man, Block is Hot is a platform I've been on for about going on a year now. Started with my bro 911, Avery. Shout out to him. He been actually doing about 3 years. And once again, I'm on the sideline watching, and I'm admiring what he doing. And I know I got great perspective, conversation, and opinions. And I reached out to him. We did some work, and it's been up ever since, man. Just being for real. We did our first show, and it flowed so natural. He called me again, and he asked me about some topics, and it just went from there. So we got a nice chemistry on what we got going.
One thing I like about y'all podcast and even your singular podcast on WDH TV is y'all share the opinions of the real ones. And that seemed like to be a lost art. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to 911 for his platform, because I heard of it a few years ago and I heard him on Spotify.
Yeah.
And I really admire what he was doing. And he in a way inspired me to get back into doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To doing it the way he's doing it, the format, the way that he's doing it on the audio side. Shout out to 911, man. Everybody out there listening, man, check out the Block is Hot Media with 911. You know what I'm saying? Great platform, great dialogue, great content.
Man, we're gonna have to do a Block is Hot mashup. Block is Hot, WDH TV, J. Paul, after the break mashup. We got to do it for the city, man. Like,
hey, I'm with it. Let's do it.
Which I did. I worked with every rapper from Alexandria that was active when I was rapping. So I'm the same thing with this content. We got the 3 platforms. I think we should work together and help each other, boost each other up, man. Act as one another's ladder to help push you to the top.
100%, man. Collaboration, in my personal opinion, and to your understanding of business, you know, collaboration is necessary. You know, collaboration is necessary. When we look at any event, sporting event, we look at any entertainment event, anything we see on TV. When you see multiple brands on the TV,
yeah,
that's collaboration. You know, it's necessary for the motion and the movement. And with us being from where we from, man, I do believe it's necessary because we have great talent coming out to A, man. And I'm down anytime y'all ready, man. Straight up, just hit me.
Yes, sir. Man, the key is networking, man. Like, that's one thing that I've mastered. Networking is one thing I brought from the streets that I brought to business with me. You got to be networking, asking questions, passing out business cards. I landed a situation with DJ Khaled by networking. His cameraman / assistant at the jeweler picking up some pieces for him. We got a good rapport because I do great business. My jeweler introduced me to Spiff TV. And Spiff, in turn, introduced me to DJ Khaled. And me and Jet had a situation on the table to sign with him. You know, the deal that Ace Hood got. Wasn't no Ace Hood around when we was around. He was hanging with Fat Rick Ross at the time, DJ Khaled. And that deal Ace Hood got could have very well been ours. But once again, I'm playing in the streets at a high level, got in some trouble, and this business don't wait.
Yeah, you got to do it when it's hot, man. You got to strike when it's hot, like they say. You know, this business here, man, it ain't for what I'm seeing, man, consistency is the thing. Consistency is everything, man. Consistency is everything. And something you told me, man, that I'm gonna take with me, man, is, you know, keep doing it. You get better and better as you go. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Jewel, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir. I mean, now don't get it wrong. Me not signing with DJ Khaled wasn't the end of the world, because for me personally, my music career, I think it got bigger than it would have if I was with Khaled. I seen way more money on the independent side because after I got out of prison, I ran it back up. And that's when I started the WDH closer. See, when I got out, I'm watching everything while I'm locked up. I'm seeing what everybody doing. So I came out with a plan. This merch, we started selling merch. Of course, I got old CDs. I'm just pressing them up, going to the studios, moving and shaking, and staying consistent, like you said.
Do you see the same residuals on the independent side from the digital side?
No. Man, they pay you pennies on a dollar with this streaming stuff. So, no, the pay is way different. And ain't no feeling like handing somebody that CD, them seeing you on that cover, them opening it up, looking at them pictures on the inside. You don't have that luxury no more because everything digital is just a one-sheet album cover. You know, very minimal graphics because everything is digital now. And everything is just microwave. It's so fast. You drop an album today, in 2 months, your fans gonna be looking for another album from you. As to what when you drop an album, you're gonna work an album for 8 months. You're gonna have about 8 months to tour that album. Then you go back in and record your next album. So you used to get about a 24-month cycle when I first started to. Well, now man, you got to stay recording music and you got to stay ready to drop because the fans consume it different and it don't stick no more. Like I said, years to drop an album. Now, you come back and you won't have a career, you take 2-3 years off. You want to pull it off right now as we speak.
I got to tell you something, Jug, man. Whatever you do, bro, from knowing your journey and knowing your story, as long as you keep jugging, man, it's going to work for you, brother. Straight up, man. Hey, man, so tell the people how can they get your merch? How can they reach you on all DSPs to get in line with WDH?
Man, you can reach me personally on all my social medias, JUGG WDH, Jug WDH. That's Instagram, that's TikTok, that's Twitter. Hit me in the DM for the order your WDH apparel. And as far as Square Business, you can go to squarebusiness.com, SQUAREBIDENESS, squarebusiness.com. Go pick up all your clothing needs on there. And, we got the WDH Trucking. We ain't talk too much about that. I got the WDH Trucking Company. We on the highways right now as we speak. And the WDH TV, you can go on YouTube and just type in WDH TV, WDH space TV, and it's going to pop up, man. You're going to see the content.
And the Block is Hot Media is attached to that as well?
The Block is Hot Media is on 911 AVG Podcast YouTube channel. So them two different networks we got going. But you can catch the Block is Hot on 911 AVG Podcast. I always put a link, like you can go catch it on WDH TV because in my descriptions, I always got a link to our videos. So the full podcast episode will be on that page, but you can get clips off of my page. If through them clips, you can get to it. But we working, man. We got a couple different platforms we trying to establish, not to put all our eggs in one bundle. To keep, because with this YouTube, man, somebody could dislike you and get your page straight down or whatever. So it's just being intuitive and being forward thinking. You got to have multiples because as easy as it is to get to some money, once you get established, it can be taken away from you. I see guys' pages get demonetized daily. And man, some of these dudes rely on this and they be shattered. And I learned a lot from the TikTok ban. You can't have everything in one basket because they may snatch it from you. So be prepared to take your fan base with you wherever you go. And I want to say shout out to all the two-throw, the Jug and Jet fans that have been following for the last 20 some odd years to whatever platform we move it to, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Salute to y'all, man, for keeping up with us and keeping us relevant.
And man, before we get out of here, man, what's the message you have to the youth in the community out there, man? Because you always giving some wisdom to the youth, man. And before we close out, man, can you give them some good game?
Man, the good game for the day is know your history on where you're from and what you're doing, whatever that may be. Man, if you're a mechanic, learn some history on it, on an overall perspective, learn some history on it in your area because the people that did it before you, they'll be the ones that give you the most game. Mm-hmm. That's my piece of game for that, man. Just do some research. And I promise
Absolutely.
No matter what it is across the board you're doing, you're going to benefit. If you cooking and you do a little research, that dish going to get better. You're doing content. Whatever it is you're doing, just do some research. Because there ain't nothing but some information. And there's too much information at our fingertips for really everybody not to be borderline geniuses. You just got to want to retain that information.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. But man, thank you, Jug. I appreciate the time, man. Everybody out there, check him out. He gave you all the links to all the platforms, all the ways you can tap into the movie, man. WDH. Watch this here. You're damn right. Yeah. Hey, man, your Jug. Till next time, good brother. Respect and salute, man.
One.
Yes, sir. We gone.
He gon' smash on. Money stay on my mind, I get money and you pay my sleep. Nigga ain't got no hustle, fuck it, don't let him meet. The reason I started rapping is keeping me out the street. As soon as I started trapping, that money came on the beat. Bitches say I'm a player, tell a bitch I'm a boss. She know I'm from out the south, she see it up in my mouth. As soon as they cross that line,